everyone for joining me tonight. This is episode 9, and I have my co-host today, which is Sidra Miles. She's joining us tonight to talk about depression. And remember, this is a place where truth speaks, shame breaks, and healing begins. Your story is safe here. Remember what tried to silence you, God is now using your voice to set someone else free. So I wanted to start tonight by just introducing yourself for everyone. Sidra, is there anything in particular? I just
Hey
want
y'all, hey
to
y'all, hey.
thank
Hey y'all, hey.
you. Yes, I'm so grateful that you did decide to come on tonight and, talk about your journey of healing and how you, from depression to healing, and how you still
Mm.
navigate through with depression. How did your journey with depression begin, and what did it first look like for you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Well, that's a loaded question because with navigating through depression,
Mm-hmm.
in it, you don't know what to call it. You don't know how to really feel about it. You just know that you're not really yourself and that you're in a darkness. That's how I've always explained it. You're
Mm-hmm.
in a dark place and you don't really see the light and you're living in your emotions
Wow.
and you're trying to push through.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always had this thing called high functioning depression where it looks like, oh, she's good, she's smiling, she's joking,
Mm-hmm.
she go to work, she do this, she do that, because I go to therapy. And in therapy, the young lady that helps me, she's like, so what does a day with depression look like?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I got to be at work. And she's like, oh, you actually go to work? I said, yes. There's a
Yeah,
thing called bills, and they still want them palms greased at the
that's
end of the
right.
day. They don't, you can't sit here and say, oh, I couldn't make it to work because, I was
Yeah.
depressed. I was in the bed. I was underneath the bed.
Uh,
No, you still have to keep moving.
mhm.
So there's a thing called high functioning. A lot of people don't talk about. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that move and groove through life, but they're silently dying inside. And it's a lot of mothers that's like that. There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of very present fathers that's like that. There's a lot of like kids that want to do good in life and they're like, well, I have to come up a whole and good for my parents to make them proud, and I don't want to make them upset if I don't do what I'm supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
It shows up in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was hard to identify that and it hard to admit that I had depression.
Mm-hmm.
And when you grow up in the church
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
and and they say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Talk to God about it."
Yes.
I'm like, "That's cool. That's real nice. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
But I
Yeah.
need to talk to a professional
Yeah.
that is gonna help break down what's in my head.
Come on.
Because sometimes you just need someone that sits across from you that's unbiased, that
Yes.
don't know nothing about you,
Mm-hmm.
and that
That,
just hears you out. But also, let's keep in mind, have that person that's a therapist that looks like you. That because understand, because I had to learn when you go to someone that don't look like you and
uh-huh.
you code switch, because you know
Mm-hmm.
how when we talk to each other, you go, yeah, girl, and then we say certain words, and some people are not gonna understand what you're talking about. And
Uh-huh.
where you know how like people around my age be like, oh yeah, we lit, da da da, we
Yes.
turned up, and they're like, what's that mean?
Yeah.
You just basically talking about, oh, I was just having fun with my
Yeah.
girls. We
Uh,
had drinks, we had a section, just all that stuff like that. When you
yeah.
code switch,
Yes.
sometimes they don't understand what you're talking about. And you need to have somebody that looks like you that understands, like, okay, you were just
Yeah.
out having fun.
And
And
it's good
then,
to have somebody that's spiritual on a spiritual note. I used to look for counsel.
yes,
At the same time, I don't want those they're so holy that they can't even hear me because but I'm gonna let you go ahead because you're doing so good with this. That's right. It's basically when you're talking to someone, and I do know what you're saying. I can recognize there was a guy that my husband and I thought we were gonna have to get Channel 9 or somebody on. This man was going through my chart. You can't tell me how I feel about reading what that black and white book tell you. Because
Right,
I don't have this going on, that can't be going on. Sometimes
right,
you don't have to go A, B, and C. I can jump all over to G and I'm over here now. So it
right.
don't look like depression creeps up, like you said, and that is so good. Um,
Yeah.
to have someone that, you know what I mean? And I do get it. I do get it. I think I did have most of, but the one that I did have for all of my life, except until the time 2014 when the murders happened, he told me he could no longer see me because of the murders, because he was already dealing with me for depression, bipolar,
Mhm.
suicidal, and stuff like that. So now you don't went all over here. So, bruh, but I thank him because I just lean more into God. And if you don't even have God in your life, and there's a lot of people that we know that be listening that may not even know what that we do have a relationship with God. So how, and this ain't even on the notes, but how even having God, because what people don't understand is even having God in your life, there's still depression that comes and creeps in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But you have to know how to navigate it. You have
Mhm.
to know how to put things in perspective
Yes.
and um
Hmm.
with taking the tools that God gives us because it's a tool. Going to therapy is a tool.
Come on.
And
Hmm.
being able to be like, God, okay.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
and then something else I learned that was so good to my soul is that people think talking to God is so formal. No, no,
Yes.
no, 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 because look, I'm a work in progress. I'll be like, hey, God, I gotta talk
Yes.
to you real quick. Let me
Yes.
holler at you. Let me tap
Uh-huh.
you on your shoulder.
Yes.
And he like, because sometimes I know he just be shaking his head and hold his head like,
I
what this
haven't seen
child?
the humor. Yes.
Yeah, he do. He funny. He real funny. Because if you want to make God laugh, tell him your homework.
Yes. Yes.
Tell him what you gonna do. He like, oh, that's cute.
That
That's
part.
cute. That's cute what you want to do. But let me help you out a little bit. But I had
Oh,
to
true.
learn. Yes, I had to learn to speak to him how I would speak to anybody else
Mhm.
because it's genuine. It's
Yes.
coming from the heart. You don't have to do this whole long drawn
That's
out speech
right.
like they do at church, going like,
Mhm.
"My heavenly Father, which art in heaven." No, 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 no,
Yes.
no. You
Uh-huh.
just be like, "Look, God, I gotta holler at you real quick because
Yeah.
this, this,
Yes.
this is what's on my heart.
The
I,
heart.
I'm feeling,
That's
and
right.
then, and then it's gonna come
Mhm.
straight from within to
Yes.
what you need to portray to Him."
Mhm.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Mhm.
And when you look to Him and give Him the glory,
Hallelujah.
you can't imagine what's gonna happen. Because
That's it.
even in the midst of your storm,
Uh-huh.
you like, okay, God,
Yeah.
and look, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna keep looking at you.
I trust
Like,
you. Yes.
and you gotta praise Him even when things are good too,
Yeah. Ooh.
because He peak when you just holler at Him when the stuff
Uh-huh.
ain't right.
That's right.
No, no, no. When stuff is good, praise His name. Thank Him,
Praise it. Thank
even in the good, even in the space where you are uncertain,
you.
because that's where I'm at in my life right now. Because I talked to Him and I asked for certain things, and then stuff shifted. It pivoted so fast, and I was like, okay, all right, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
this. I got that too. Okay, and it's a space where when you're so familiar with trauma,
Mm.
pain,
Yes.
hurt,
Uh-huh.
abandonment,
Unforgive.
uh, depression,
Yes.
suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
When you're so familiar with those feelings,
Mm-hmm.
you made it a security blanket.
Girl.
And you're like, oh, I'm just so cozy in this. But when God wants you to come up out of that, guess what? He makes you uncomfortable.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, okay, I'm uncomfortable. So
Yes.
I guess I need to start moving
Mhm.
and shaking, and has me in a space of understanding you're more than what this is. You're more than what your circumstance is.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And I don't want you to live in that space because guess what? You had to thrive in that to
Yes.
survive. And I said, well, okay, you right. You right. And so now we're in a different season. I want you to be at peace. I
Yes.
want you to live the life that you supposed to live. Because when people talk to me or you. Because there's
Uh-huh.
been times I've been around you, people go like, "You don't look nothing like what you've been through."
That's it. Mm-hmm.
And people talk to me, and as young as I am, being 32,
Yeah,
and I've seen a lot, been through a lot,
you have.
but thank God I don't look like nothing I've been through.
Right.
Even going through cancer, even going through all the
Yeah.
stuff I've been through. And they're like, "What? Huh?"
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "You should have been dead and gone by now."
Thank you. I
I
mean,
said, "Well, he
yeah,
got something for me. Like,
yes.
why you in the way?"
God gonna use all of that there, all of the homeless, all
Exactly.
the things you went through, the cancer, and even like you said now. And I'm so excited to see what God is gonna do with you in the, in your life. Because I've had
Hmm.
conversations with you, and I know that there's been some like this next question was, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced in your daily life while dealing with with depression? I ain't gonna say your depression because we don't want to put it to you, dealing with depression itself.
Um,
I think
da- daily things is not learning to give myself grace because I've always been hard on myself,
Mhm.
and I've learned that I don't look at others around me. I have almost like horses that have the blinders.
Yeah, okay.
I only look forward
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I see that, okay, I did this yesterday. I want to be better than what I was
That's it.
yesterday. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be better for myself tomorrow and be present in that.
Yeah,
Because when you worry too much about what's behind you, you can't even see what's in front of you. You can't even see what God has for you in front of you
that is so good.
because you too worry about what's behind. And
Yeah.
I did that for years, and I was like, "Oh, my past is okay. It happened in the
Mhm.
past, baby girl. Like you gotta learn to let that go,
Let it
and
go.
you gotta keep pushing
Mhm.
forward,
Mhm.
and knowing that yeah, you're gonna have days where you just ain't gonna be feeling because everybody's not gonna have ups.
That's
So
it.
you're gonna have downs too, but sometimes you want to make sure that you don't have as many downs as ups, you know, type
That
thing.
I
And
feel that. I
uh,
do.
I'm grateful for that because
Mhm.
so and then also you don't want to feel like you're just existing because for a long time I just coasted.
Me too. Mm.
And but it's okay to go up,
Yeah.
okay to
Yeah.
go down. But when you just coast too much and you just existing, you're not living
That's it.
because you're not living out his word. And so, and I don't know all his words, people.
Right.
Hey, I don't
Right.
know everything. I don't
Hmm.
know. I just know that word is true, and I know what
That's right.
he brought me out of. I
Hmm.
know that he has literally pushed me out the way and covered me in situations that I could have been dead in a ditch. I could have just
Yes.
been
Hmm.
just somewhere I ain't had no business because there's things in my life that I had no business doing,
Yes.
and he took his hand and moved me out the way. And I thank him for that because
He
he didn't have to do that. He
didn't
could
have
have left me where I was and said,
all
"You
of us.
figure it out."
Yes. And that's the thing. When you said, when we get in the way, we say, Lord, it might not be moving quick enough. So I'm gonna do it my way. And then that right there is a thing. Well, just to have that thought process, that mind
Mm,
concept that you have, that right there in itself, you can tell there's a lot of growth that has
mm,
come from that. And like you said, even now, this journey, it people say, how could you drive a car with no insurance and still think you're covered? My thing is, I'd rather have insurance, even if something happens, I have
mhm.
God covering me. So my
Yeah.
thing is now, I just thank God for, because I don't know everything. Like me and you met at Harris Teeter, and
Mhm,
I saw what I saw then at that moment with you and in you, and just the conversation we had from you being the manager there, right? You're the manager
mhm.
and
Yeah.
still manager. So how does that depression affect your relationship with the way that you connected with other people?
Um, there's some new words that I learned along the way.
Mhm.
um, is learning trauma bond is one. Because with trauma, because
Mhm.
some people think soul ties and trauma bonds is the same thing. Because I had this conversation with a friend of mine last night because we went out to celebrate her because sidebar, she was in an abusive relationship for over 10 years. And he
Wow.
put her through a lot.
Yeah.
And when she called me earlier this week, that coffee shop looked at me like, "Is she okay?" Because I was shouting to God for her because
Yes.
I was so
Yes.
excited, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh my goodness, you
Yeah.
deserve so much more." It's gonna make me cry
Oh,
because I'm that friend that's always gonna pray for you.
yeah.
I'm that friend, even if I'm like, "Okay, girl, I don't
Mm.
like him for you,"
You giving me
but
him.
if you feel like you can, I said, "All right, I'm gonna be there." But
Yeah.
just know, I'm one of those friends that I
But you
go full
gonna
force behind people I love. I don't call people friends, I call them sisters because
mm-hmm.
I didn't really have family.
Yeah.
And for her to be like, I'm finally done with him, I'm gonna give myself a fresh start. I feel good, friend. And when I tell you baby girl was looking good last night, I said, "Oh,
What?
that is not the guy." I said, "You know what? You better do the
Lord.
damn thing, girl. You better do the damn thing."
Oh
She's like, "Get up out there." I said, I said, "Girl, I love you
my
because
goodness.
I want so much more for you. I'm so excited
That
because
right there.
when your people around you
Uh-huh.
are receiving blessings, guess what? Yours is on the way."
You better know it. And for
And
you to be that friend though.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we had to touch and agree. I said, "Honey,
That's it.
I'm just so proud of you." I
Yeah.
said, "You deserve so
So much.
much more than
Yeah.
what you gave yourself credit for."
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "City, don't make me cry." I said, "I ain't gonna make you cry. I'm gonna cry for you. We're gonna smear our makeup up in here. It's cool."
You that
But
kind of friend though. Yeah.
yeah, but learning to work through stuff like that is just amazing, and knowing that God is in it,
Yes.
and and not being afraid to give him his glory and his praise.
Yes.
No matter what the circumstance is, and people go like, "Oh, you must love God." And what you
Uh-huh.
got to say?
I'm coming.
And
That's it. Now, what you gonna do about it? You want to know about
okay, okay. Do you want to learn about him too?
yes, because we people see in you, and like you said with the lady the other day, there's a light that shines no matter how dark, and that's what we supposed to do, shine. And we don't even know we be shining because we're so
Right.
when we're set apart anyway. But then when that word, that used to be something that wore me down so much. And even now, I was telling my husband, I said it's
Mm,
not depression, but it's just like an emptiness at times. Like I know I'm married, I'm happily married. I know I got, but there's sometimes that it seems like this time of year, especially seasonal, and I think because the murders had happened not too far from this, but
mhm,
before my son and brother was murdered, I had to take medication for that. So I
mhm,
try to stay around it. Right now, I mean, I got a big circle of people that encourage me and my pastor, of course, and a lot of
mhm.
like you got your sisters or whatever, but I think the relationship I have with God over anything. That's
Yes.
keeping me because at the end of the day, we all are going through something. And just
Mhm,
to have you to say that friend, she is lucky, she is blessed. And I thank God that if you have somebody that's helping you cope through a situation and not gonna sit there and talk about you, but pray with you. Oh, okay.
mhm.
That's what I
Yeah,
want.
yeah. Because sometimes you also have to worry about them people that go,
Mhm.
so and so said something about you. So what you say?
Yeah, it takes two.
So what made them so comfortable for them to say that?
Say it.
And then also when we say those prayers, remove anybody from my life that means me no good. And then when it's the person you didn't expect, you be like, "Wait, God, I didn't say
Yes,
not wait, no, not that person." And then he kind of looked back at you like, "Look, there's a reason.
I
They
know
were
what
the things that person said behind your back. That person's not for
that is.
you."
Oh,
And
girl.
then you get
Mm.
to a point, you be like, "You know what? You got it.
Yeah, you got
You was in that room when they said it. You know what?
and then
Okay.
later on you start thinking like you'll see it. Sometimes it shows back up. That's why that had to happen this way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So that is right. I'm just glad to know that you are just able to deal with it and talk. Now, y'all do that often, or she wasn't able to do that when she was with him to go out, or
Well, for me, I work a lot. I
oh,
do.
okay.
And but when she calls and she's like, "Sidra, I need you," I'm gonna make a way.
You.
I'm gonna
That,
make a way because I'm not one of those friends that we may talk every day, but guess
exactly.
what? I'm always praying for you. I'm always covering you in some capacity
Uh-huh.
because I know that the anointing that's on her life needs to be covered.
Come on. God.
And the people that surround her
Mhm.
need to see that and fall in line also.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
it's important to cover those that you love and
Yes.
those that you know need him,
Yeah.
that want him and
Hmm.
understand the greatness that's within you. And sometimes we may not understand our greatness because it takes people around us to fix our crown and fix it to where you ain't
Hmm.
gotta tell everybody else
That's
her
it.
crown is broke. No, no, no.
Come
I'm
on.
like, I'll be like, chin up,
That's it.
fix that hair, fix that
Mhm.
crown. I could just understand that you are great.
Yes.
And then they go, why? Like, why do you? They go, like, why do you talk to me like that? And then I have people that I surround, especially at work,
Hmm.
because with me being a manager and it's in a predominantly white company,
Hmm.
and you don't see a whole lot of
Oh, okay.
black women that are in position
Hmm.
that know something. So for me, I've worked in stores where it was a whole lot of young black people. And me at work, I'm tough,
Hmm. Oh, yeah.
but it's with love.
Yes.
And because I expect greatness
Mm.
for you, because you may see it as a little job, but the things that you learn in this job will carry you further than you ever will imagine.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, honey, they don't expect nothing from us. They don't expect us to be great and do things. They give us crumbs and think that we're not gonna make a meal out of it. Guess what? We've done that for centuries, and we're
Yes.
going to continue to do it for centuries later. So when I tell them how to do their job and what they need to do, they be like, "Dang, she's just so tough on me." And that one. I said, "I'm tough on you because I see greatness in you.
That's what I was about to say.
Get used to it."
Yeah.
They go, "Why are you
That's,
always on my neck?" Because guess what? You need somebody that love you, and that's gonna be on you. Because I
hmm.
always call people that work with me Suge, because I might forget your name. I'm be like, "Suge, come here," and they know who I'm talking to, and they be like,
Yeah.
"Suge, come here." Now
Yeah.
I need. Why you do that? Why are you not coming to work? Why are
Uh-huh.
you showing up late? Because you're showing up late for yourself.
Yeah. Ooh, that part.
Why are you not showing up for yourself? Well,
Mhm.
nobody really care. I care.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know what other bosses you may have had, but I
Right.
care
But that
because
is
I
so
see something
important.
in you. What you
Mhm.
talking about?
But was somebody there for you? Because obviously, I remember when you said when you was homeless, um, or did you just get that from that happening to you? Because it sounds like that's what it is. You know what it takes to come in there, and they're not in the shoes that you were, most of them.
Yeah.
So for you to have that, they just don't know the story all behind the
Hmm.
love that you really have for them. Like that shows up because people don't care. When I talk to managers with these young people now, they're like, oh, they this and they on the phone or something. Like they were already to write them off. Like you at least,
Yeah. Yeah, because it's almost like they checked out. I'm
yeah.
not gonna check out because guess what? That means I'm checking out on myself.
Hmm.
And I expect
Yes.
greatness because there's young people now that I work with. They go like, "Yeah, Miss said I'm going to college." I said, "Good. What you
Uh-huh.
going to college for?" "Oh, I don't know." I said, "Guess what? The first 2 years you ain't even got to know your major."
That's
All right, Miss said, "Yeah." Because
yeah.
I've been in college. Yeah, I'm in college right now. I said,
Yes.
"You don't." I said, "Honey, you don't know. You don't have to know your major. You're the first 2 years. You're just basically doing your basic classes, basic math, reading, all that stuff like that. But by that second, third year, you better know what your major is. Because guess what? It's coming out your pocket." "Oh,
Okay.
for real?" "Yeah."
That's
And
right.
they want to go to school and do that. And then I, met those same managers. They be like, "Oh, they're not gonna get the hours." I said, "But why not pour into them if they want to go to school and be better than this?" Because it's cool to have a job where, it's job
Mhm.
security and we know we're gonna get a check every week. But when you get into something that you're passionate about,
That's it.
that wakes you up in the morning, do
That's
it.
right.
And they'd be like, I'm thinking about going to school, and I'd be like, do it.
Just do it.
And I go, they go like, "Do you think I should do a trade?" Yes.
Oh yeah.
Everybody should have at least one trade.
Wow.
Cause
That.
guess what? When stuff goes kaput, you
Hmm.
have that trade to take you anywhere. Cause for me, I'm a chef. I cook. So if I lose my job tomorrow, guess what? I can go into somebody's kitchen and make my money.
Exactly, because you got that. Okay. And we say,
Everybody should know a trade.
yeah.
Everybody should know a trade.
Now you're gonna have to of course cook me something.
Okay. Just let me know what you want. I got you,
Yes,
boo.
we're gonna have to get together and get some more. And you know, you did so great that I don't even have to. It's going to have to be a part two on something because you got so much knowledge, so much wisdom, and so many people need to know that they don't have to give up, and that there's hope, and there's still. I mean, because like I said, this is just a portion of what you shared with
Yeah.
us tonight or today, this afternoon, whatever time zone someone else will be clicking in on here.
Hmm.
If you have any questions, you can always of course, email me at unleashyoutruthinj@gmail.com or at for Sid. Sidra will be there, and you can always get in touch with her as well if there's
Hmm.
anything, because we will be back together. There's a lot more that she has in store with her. But if you want to say anything else before I close, or
um,
wow,
one thing that I will always say is, and that I carry on for myself, is never doubt yourself.
never doubt yourself.
Keep pushing.
Keep
When it seems like it's uncertain, keep pushing. You're like, I don't know if I'm going the right direction.
yeah.
Just like a GPS, it's gonna ping when you go the wrong direction. So keep going. Boom, there you go.
I like that nugget for myself because me and that GPS, Lord. But
Okay.
yes, I do. I thank you for joining me. And hopefully, like I said, we can come back and do something else, do another
Yeah.
topic that will help others that's watching. And those of you that's watching, we thank you. We're so grateful for you tonight, this afternoon, this evening, whatever day, if it's morning and it's your time zone. We
Hmm.
thank you. We're so gracious that you joined us tonight again. And follow me, like, share, subscribe to the channel. And this will be on all platforms. It will also be on Audible. It'll go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, different things like that. But you can follow the whole video will be uploaded to YouTube as well. And TikTok, I have like a clip it there and on Facebook. But we thank you for joining us, and see it. Thank you for your time,
Thank you.
your knowledge, your wisdom, everything. Lord, and we prayed before, so we're gonna end this Zoom tonight, and we're gonna thank y'all again, and I'll see you on the other side.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.